It's so weird to me, the time that we are in as it pertains to like websites versus social media presence. I'll give you an example. I was going to do an event with somebody about a year, maybe 2 years ago, and we were talking about whether we needed to have a website or if we needed to have an Instagram account. And I said, if we had to choose one or the other, we need to have a website. And she said, no, we need to have an Instagram. And I was like, what is going on here? Why are we having this battle? And when I finally sat with it, I said, oh, we're having this battle because I'm in my late 30s and she's in her late 20s. That generation was more focused on Instagram, whereas our generation has been more focused on a website, which made me feel super old, but it was honest. But when I think about that today is, do we need a website? And my answer is absolutely. So one of the things to know is that I do value social media. Obviously, I teach TikTok marketing and we have been building our business, like generating lots of leads by using social media. And we started out on Periscope. And then when Facebook Live came about, we were doing live stream on Periscope and Facebook. And then when Instagram got live, we did there. And then now we do a lot of live streaming on like YouTube and TikTok and all the different places. When we first started out and we were trying to build an audience, we didn't need a website because we weren't necessarily taking anybody anywhere. We were building our online brand, letting our presence, the awareness of Keenya Kelly, the Keenya Kelly brand and all that. But when I started investing into like coaching and consulting, I started realizing that, oh, duh, I don't own social media. At any point in time, the owner of Facebook or Meta / Mark Zuckerberg can make changes and I have no control over my Facebook page, which is what happened. I am now on TikTok and I don't own TikTok. And at any point in time, ByteDance, the owner of TikTok, can make changes to TikTok, which is happening now. But the only way to have any sort of control is that I have to be able to get people off of social media into a quote unquote controlled environment. The only thing that I know of, which is a controlled environment, is email or text messaging. So when we started trying to build this audience, pulling people from Facebook Live and all that, I started learning about one of the ways to capture people from social media is giving people some sort of lead magnet, which is what it's called, meaning that you, in exchange for them giving you their email address, you give them something for free, whether it's a course, it's a book, it's a PDF or training or something. And I love the concept when I learned about it, but then I was just like, but how do you deliver that thing? At first I was on MailChimp trying to figure out like, how do I give people this thing that I put in MailChimp? And what I later realized was that, oh, I need a website. I need some form of a website, which gives people a link to go to. They can then put in their name and their email address, and we're able to deliver the thing to them that they came for. And then we, in exchange, are able to get their email address. Lo and behold, you have to have some sort of website. I know what you're thinking. Well, you could have a one-page website. Very true. So a one-page website is very similar to KenyaKelly.com/TikTok templates, which is 10 templates we're giving out to people absolutely free to get you started on the TikTok platform. That is a one link. Can I just have a one-page site similar to the TikTok templates, or do I need a full website? Well, both. When you are first starting out in your business and your money is limited, your resources are limited, your people and all this stuff is limited, I don't think that you have to start out with a full website. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of money to have a full website developed. It just is. You can start out with the actual free thing that you are offering. However, if you're going to be building an online business, an online brand, you are going to have people that don't just want your opt-in. You're going to have people that want to come to your website to learn all about you, all about your business, your brand, your service offerings, and all the things. Anytime I'm interviewed on a podcast, they also will ask me, what is a link to your website so they can learn more about you? And so many people go to KenyaKelly.com. It doesn't mean that website is what's making me get the most sales. Usually a sales page is what's causing me to make the most sales, but my website is telling the full story. It's telling people, here's who I am, here's where I started, here's what we're doing, here's all the things that we offer. But that's not the main thing that we offer people. We have a course, which is called Monetize the Talk, teaching you all things about marketing your business on TikTok. Now, I could just give you KenyaKelly.com and it leads you to that course, but you have all these different things on my website to go through. You can click on a free this, my bio, you can click on contact me. There's so many different things you can click on there. But what I typically do is when I'm talking to somebody about being a student of the Monetize the Talk course, I just give them that webpage, monetizethetalkcourse.com. And when they go there, the only thing they see there is all about Monetize the Talk course. And there's a button for them to be able to purchase. So I don't confuse them with all the things with my website. But I do have KenyaKelly.com for the people that want to go and do research. Let me give you another example. So back in 2020, I had reached out to Michael Stelzner of Social Media Examiner / Social Media Marketing World, because one of my goals was to speak at the conference and to be featured on their podcast. And so I reached out to him, I created a reel, and I basically pitched him creating an Instagram reel. And he didn't respond. He hit like on the video, but that was it. And then a month or so later, I got an email from his assistant that said, hey, we know you reached out to Mike about being on his show, and we would love to have a conversation with you. So I get on the conversation, like a main conversation with Michael Stelzner before the podcast interview. And he said, well, I just want you to know that people pitch us all the time. And what we do is we go and research the person. And he said, we researched you and we watched and looked and looked and looked. And you had everything that we were looking for. And I was like, well, what were you looking for? They said, we want to make sure you are who you say that you are. We wanted to look at your website. We wanted to look at your socials, look at you commenting to people. We wanted to look at as much as possible that we could. And then as a result, we are now friends. And I have been on his podcast so many times. And I've been a speaker at Social Media Marketing World and on their YouTube channel and all the things. And it's connected me to so many other amazing people. And I've been able to connect them with amazing people. So what is my point in saying that is that I tell people all the time that it's important to have your digital footprint in place. So many times I get reached out to by brands and they're like, yeah, we love what you do. We were on your website. We looked at all your things. Or I will go and pitch a brand, and before they will respond to me, they'll go and research me. They're not going to research me on monetizethetalkcourse.com. They're not. They're going to type my name in Google. Okay. They're going to go find me on Instagram, find me on TikTok, and they're going to want to find all the things they can possibly find about me so they can make a decision to even have a conversation with me. When I am telling people or talking to people about the value of having a one-page site or just a social media presence versus a full website, I will 100% say at some point in time, you need to get a full website built of yourself. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be able to download all these things from your website, but it needs to be clean, professional, and really represent you and represent your brand. It's so important that you do that. I can't even tell you how many people that when they reach out to me for something, or they'll like inbox me something on Instagram, and I'll look at them on Instagram, but I'll also go and Google them looking for more information. If a man wants to go out on a date with me, a lot of us ladies, we go and Google them. We're looking for stuff. We just want to see what we can find. A man says, I have a successful business. You're like, what's your website? Let me see. I want you to go to this restaurant. You Google the restaurant to take a look at the pictures, look at the reviews on Yelp and all the different things. I'm very passionate about this, obviously. So what am I saying? Is it important for you to have a full website? Absolutely. But should you be directing people mostly to one-page sales pages when you're trying to sell a product or service? Absolutely. So when you're selling something, sales page. When people just want to come and learn about you, who you are, and all of what you have to offer, lead them to your website and make that thing good. You want your website to look like you spent a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that you spent a lot of money. You can go on Upwork.com, post a job for a website, and more than likely you can get a crazy, amazing website designed for under $1,000. Listen, it's insane the talent that is on that website in all different countries that just nail it every single day. I mean, just nail it. Again, if you're considering getting a full website design, do that. But if you need to choose between one or the other first, get your sales page, one page design first, and then move into your website. I hope you have enjoyed this passionate episode because I'm very passionate about web design because obviously I used to have an agency and I know what I'm always searching for. So if you do get your website design, I want you to send me a DM on Instagram and send me a link. Let me see what your website is just so I can support you.